Welcome back to Professor Layton in the Curious Village. And now, here's our story so far. And what is this all of a sudden? Suddenly my mic is actually better.
Having finally returned to Reinhold Manor, Layton and Luke are horrified to discover that a murder has taken place there during their absence.
Actually, Jova, I'm doing this narration. Waiting for Luke and Layton at the manor is Police Detective Inspector Chelmey. Upon receiving a report of a murder, he has raced to St. Mystere to conduct an investigation. He has his suspicions about Luke and Layton. Well, I have my suspicions about you, Mr. Detective, but we'll get to that eventually. Shortly after the murder, a servant of the Reinhold family named Ramon goes missing. At Lady Lila's request, Luke and the professor set out to gather information on his whereabouts. So that's what we're going to be doing throughout this part, finding... Oh, wait. Here's an interesting thing that we're going to find out right now.
Very interesting picture.
Look at this picture.
What is it, Professor? Oh, isn't that Lady Dahlia? She's holding a baby.
Wow, all of a sudden I can do a very good British accent. It's almost like we're from the future and more pro versions of ourselves.
That baby must be Baron Reinhold's daughter, then.
Flora was her name, wasn't it? Gosh, what a cute baby.
Lady... Oh, go ahead.
Lady Dahlia hasn't changed much, has she?
You know, Luke, they say that true beauty never ages.
I suppose. So, Professor...
That's his actual line.
Okay, that worked out.
But even so, it makes me wonder. Maybe we could ask Lady Dahlia about it.
Alright, so let's do so. What a lovely vase.
Oh, can I have it?
No.
It does not belong to you, Luke.
True.
Pardon me, but we happened upon an adorable picture of you and your daughter Flora a moment ago.
I beg your pardon?
The picture of you holding a baby. The one in the next room?
That is your child, right?
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never had any children.
Lady Dahlia, you are not the mother.
Huh?
My apologies, madam. I must have been mistaken.
Okay, it's clear what was going on. The Baron Reinhold knew that she was cheating on him, so he's planning to sue her before he
Time is
died.
of the essence here. Go and find Ramon, and bring him back, would you?
If that's not Lady Dahlia in the photograph, then who on earth could it be?
I think we'd do well to ask the butler a few questions. Perhaps he can clear this up for us.
Obligatory the butler did it joke.
Actually, Jova, when you get to recording Spectre's call, you'll see level 5's basically taking their own spin on that trope.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
This puzzle was popular in London when I left.
What puzzle wasn't
Alright.
popular in London when you left?
London puzzles are all the rage in London, apparently. 5 suspects are called into police headquarters for questioning. They give the following statements. 1 of the 5 of us is lying. 2 of the 5 of us are lying. I know these guys, and 3 of the 5 of us are lying. Don't listen to a word they say. Out of the 5 of us, 4 are lying. All 5 of us are dirty, rotten liars. So yeah, deduction. Go ahead, Jova. Deduct.
Well, with A, that would mean that... Well, that would leave it very broad.
No. Here's the easiest one. Here's the worst one. E cannot possibly be it, because if he is telling the truth, like if all 5 of them are dirty, rotten liars, that would include himself or herself in this case.
The best answer would possibly be D. Because when you think about it, that's the one that actually leaves, that's the one that actually seems the most specific without contradicting anything else.
Okay, let's. I'm just leaving a little bit.
I mean, because E is telling the truth.
if he cannot possibly be telling the truth
if he
because
is telling the truth, then that means that E is lying to us.
yeah. This puzzle might look a bit mess at first, but it's fairly simple when it all is said and done. Take Key, for example, who says everyone is lying. If she is actually telling the truth, then her statement becomes a lie, so she must be ruled out. Yep, he's definitely a liar.
So in a way, she tells the truth, but also lies at the same time.
Let's rule out another couple of suspects. If A's statement is true, then 3 other people should be saying the same thing as A. This is not the case, so A is a liar. If B is telling the truth, 2 other suspects should say the same thing as B. Once again, this is not the case, so B must be. So yeah, this puzzle is all about deduction and comparing the
Process
statements.
of elimination.
Yeah. The power of logic. So to sum up things up, so far we've proven that A, B, and E are lying. Let's examine the last 2 suspects. If 3 people are lying, the other 2 suspects should have said the same statement, but everyone is saying something different. On the other hand, if 4 of the 5 suspects are lying, it's the only way that this puzzle is even solvable. So it has to be that.
So
Basically,
I guess I was right.
but basically, by process of elimination, it can only be D. It's the only way this puzzle makes any sense.
One thing I like about this game, it's one of those games that you can replay even if you've played it before, and even still you can have a bit of difficulty, especially if you're not using a guide. It's a nice replayability game, because you can replay it to see if you solve it quicker the next time around.
There's so many puzzles in this game, especially if you collect it online, because if you collect it online, you get already 368 puzzles, so like there's so many puzzles in this game. It's like this game it has insane replay value, insane length. But yeah, that's right. Every suspect is a different number of people. If anyone is telling the truth, it had to be 1 suspect, no more, no less. I suppose it should have given you a tougher puzzle to solve. You do your best to use that brain of yours to find that golden apple everyone is a buzz about. You got a strange gizmo. Okay, so now that we've impressed... alright, let's ask the butler. Ah, Matthew, do you have a moment? Certainly, sir. How can I help you? It's about the picture of Lady Dahlia upstairs, the one of her holding a small child. Ah, yes, about that old picture. That's not Lady Dahlia, I'm afraid. It's a picture of Baron Reinhold's former wife, Lady Viola.
The resemblance is uncanny.
But I suddenly understand why you would mistake them. They were virtually identical in their appearance, their gestures, and even the way they were moved. So that photo isn't of Lady Dahlia, but of an earlier wife of the Baron.
Wow, imagine finding someone who looks so much like you.
Is there a chance the 2 were relatives of one another? I never heard anything to suggest as much, sir. It just happened one day the Baron arrived home, and at his side was Lady Dahlia.
Well, we can't say it was the stork.
I'm sorry to say that's all I really know about the matter. Not at all. You've been most helpful. Thank you, Matthew.
How odd. The more I hear, the stranger the whole affair starts to sound.
Oh, trust me, Luke. We haven't even got to the strangest part yet.
Yeah.
This gets
worse.
Layton's world has a tendency to get weird, to say the least.
It's all the part of the mystery. The mysteries, the mysteries. The way Layton plots work is they get stranger and stranger and stranger and stranger, and then boom, big revelation that connects everything, and oh, now it all makes sense. Like a good old-fashioned mystery. Baron Reinhold's late wife, Viola, is currently a lady in the... While the 2 women seem to completely strangers to each other, their resemblance to each other is too uncanny to be a coincidence. What's really going on here? So yeah, this is once again clear foreshadowing for what will eventually happen.
Yep.
That's pretty much how Layton plots work. They keep throwing you hint and hint after hint, and you never know exactly what this is. Like, you never get any, you get the idea that they're hints or foreshadowing, but you never have any idea of what they are. But you know this is building up to something.
Indeed. Especially in the 3rd game. God, that 3rd game.
The 3rd game is brilliant.
Yeah. The 3rd that game probably pulls off one of the most amazing bouts of build-up and a twist to commemorate it.
Not to mention that ending.
Oh. Well, considering what it is, yeah.
What's the matter, Mr. Layton? Inspector, take a good look at these. These glasses belong to Simon. We found them out in the garden. What the? I imagine they simply fell off the body when it was being carried out to the village. Besides, if you have enough time to manage the village lost and found...
Let me guess, we have time for a puzzle.
Shouldn't you be searching for the rightful inheritance or whatever it is you're supposed to be doing?
Oh, so you're not asking us to do a puzzle.
Of course, if you continue to interrupt my investigation. One thing that I love in this game is that did we have that moment? Yeah, we had that moment in part 3, if I remember correctly, where they even went, a puzzle at a time like this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He reeks of smoke. He's so full of himself, and the way he treats you, Professor, it's just too much.
When we get to Spectre's call, we'll understand fully why Luke has such a deep admiration for Layton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Find Ramon.
Anyway. Look at you fretting away there. Whatever's the matter? Sorry to trouble you, but have you seen Ramon around here today? He was here until just a while ago.
He was a set piece that day, but now he has become one with the programming data.
No, I can't say I've seen him today, which is strange considering how often he sneaks off of the job.
What, is he having an affair with a girl or something?
But enough of that.
Oh.
I hear you're quite an ace with puzzles.
Well, yeah, we solved a puzzle for you.
Would you mind helping me out with this one? Oh, right now, we're still in the middle of something, but if you insist...
I like how it's gotten to the point where even Layton's starting to get a bit suspicious about the puzzles being given.
Yeah.
I mean, Layton of all people.
Have you heard of one-line puzzles? The idea is to place your pen to paper and draw a shape without lifting your pen from the paper or retracing any part of the line. You can, however, cross lines. Now, as you're familiar with the concept, look at the 4 pictures below. One of them cannot be drawn with the one line. Which one is it? This is one of those puzzles where it definitely shows that even with an emulator, you should not play this game with the mouse. Like, this game was clearly made with the stylus in mind. It feels so much more natural to solve this
It's
puzzle
a good
with the
thing I
stylus.
have a physical copy of it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's doable with the mouse. It's just that it doesn't feel nowhere near as good.
Well, it depends on if you can really adjust to it. Me, I can adjust to it, but yeah, I can see why some people would definitely have troubles because, yeah, the mouse can be very finicky.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's just keep testing this to see so we can find which one cannot be drawn with a single line. All right, let's try this one. Okay, this is one of those things where the memo hint. Every time I replay this game, I really miss the memo function because you see, Shiroi, in the later games we have the memo function, which is something where you can write something using the memo function. It will remain there until the puzzle is done, so you can take notes and stuff like that. And it would really help solving this puzzle. But in here, I can only draw and then just clear it again. Unfortunately, they didn't think of the memo function here. Fortunately, thanks to player feedback, they inserted it in the second game.
Yep.
Basically, what I'm doing is, I'm testing out the bottom part of it. It's been a while since I've recorded this, so I don't really remember what was my thought process at this particular moment.
Well, it's the
Probably
car one anyway.
experimenting.
This
There we
puzzle is
go.
all this is basically a test of drawing and stuff like that. Yeah, this is pretty much one of those cases where, let's try this one.
One of these things is not like the other one.
There we go.
Another puzzle solved.
So yeah. The house cannot be done with just one line. So it's all about testing out, drawing yourself to see which one works.
Yep.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Ah, you there, boy. I just had a terrible vision of you running into trouble tonight. Foreshadowing.
Well, that was a welcome piece of news. It was awfully foreboding, but it was welcome. But don't worry about me, because I don't get scared easily.
The game just keeps throwing foreshadowing at us. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to take this one over for Dribs. Hey, you two. What are you up to? Let me in on the secret.
You forgot to call him a prick.
Ah, I got it. Don't tell me. I told you I got it. I'm searching for somebody, huh? Looking for info, yeah? But sorry, I haven't seen you, man. Even though I have no idea who you're searching for. Are you sure you didn't see or hear anything that might help us?
Professor, maybe we should clarify if he even knows what man we're looking for.
No, I got nothing for you. Stop asking me about it.
Actually, I may have a puzzle for you.
I see. Well, in any case, thank you for your time. Oh, Layton, you're too polite. Oh yeah, and good luck with your silly search. Two silly men on a silly search, right? Right? Ah, but definitely do not go poking around the tower on the north side of the village, understand?
I'm totally not hiding anything.
The tower on the north side of the village? How do you even get to that part of the village?
Do you remember that clock tower in the square?
Yeah.
I believe we must pass through it to get to the north side of the village. Let's go and check it out.
Right then.
But first, we shall go in here. Oh, actually, no. That was I made him. Yeah, okay. First,
That's the
I
clock
got confused there.
That's the clock tower you were talking about there, right, Professor?
Yes, quite right. Someone's standing in front of the entrance. Let's see what he's doing here. Hey there, you've been pretty busy solving puzzles, yeah?
Not like we've had much of a choice.
If you want to pass through here, you need to solve at least 12 puzzles first. But it looks like I've already done that. Well, I guess I just lied to you then.
Oh, wow, you a-hole.
You also got, well, you only go for here. You're also going to have to solve this puzzle. So technically 13 puzzles.
At the end of the day, I just want you to solve a puzzle. I'm too lazy to do it myself.
The dice below look normal enough, but if you look carefully, there is a pattern. You know the following: A0, B9, C6, right? Yeah. So what does D correspond to? I mean, think about it. It's a simple matter of deciphering the pattern. It's actually really easy. I mean, think about it, Shiroi. 0, 9, 6. What is D?
3?
Look at the different times. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now look up from your game and think for a moment. Can you think of anything in your environment that shows a strong connection to numbers? It's something you just about everyone sees on a daily basis.
Provided you go to school, of course.
I mean, if you're below the age of 3, you probably won't know this.
True, but I'm pretty sure this game isn't intended for people below 3.
I know.
Which is funny. There was once this escapee,
It's actually intended for people above 7.
It's funny because actually one time my cousin once snuck into my little sister's room. My cousin was free at the time, and she actually got out the DS and played it.
Critical thinking is the key
Which
to
game? This one?
success.
I'm not quite sure what game she was playing. All I know is that she actually turned on the DS and played
See,
a game
it's a clock.
legitimately.
It's a clock. See, it's a clock pattern. There you go.
One of my younger cousins is surprisingly good at the Sonic Advance games.
Notice,
She's
midnight.
Like 6.
Midnight, a quarter to midnight, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. See? It's a
Yeah.
clock pattern. Way to go. You've earned it, sir. So come on through.
Yeah.
Are you still after that scary cat? We are looking for one of the Reinhold's employees now. He's a man by the name of Ramon.
We tend to do a lot of manhunts here.
Ramon, huh? Yeah, I think I might have. Oh gosh, where did I see him? Are you better off asking someone else?
Oh, okay.
Ask Lucy. She's standing under the clock tower.
Well, by all means.
We can finally pass through the clock tower to the north side of the village. How exciting!
This must be with a higher up society, considering how you had to actually solve puzzles to get in.
I can't wait to see what's in store for us there.
Don't you know, Luke? Puzzles are the currency here.
I'm not kidding. There's even a man in this game that's actually trying to impress a lady by using a lot of puzzles.
Look at that cat, Professor. That's not Claudia, is it? No, of course not. It's a different cat.
Yes, it's an alley cat, and judging by the way he's bullying that poor mouse, a rather mean one at that.
And Layton says pretty much everything with a smile on his face.
Ah yes, Luke. Speaking of mice, have you heard this one before?
Yes, Luke, we are watching a cat maul a mouse. This reminds me of a puzzle.
Mice are this is one of my favorite puzzles ever. Mice are famous for their ability to multiply at breakneck speeds. The type of mouse we have here gives birth once a month, birthing 12 babies at each time. Baby mice made sure I can give birth 2 months after they are born. We picked up one of these darling baby mice at the pet shop and brought him home the day he was born. In 10 months from now, how many mice will you have? Fiore?
Take a
What do you
guess.
I'm still reading.
Ah, okay.
Jova, do you want to try? While I'm...
Job already knows the answer.
Well, I
Oh.
may have forgotten it.
You may be
Besides,
thinking
like I said,
you may be thinking this is going to take a lot of calculation, but actually you don't need any calculations of any kind to solve this puzzle.
Okay,
So,
because I'm trying to do math.
so try reading carefully. Let's think about it. Let's think about this logically. Like the key to Layton is that you only have to do math calculations when the game specifically tells you to do them. Like most of the time, you don't. The whole calculation thing is just a red herring. So think about it. Let's think about this. I mean, the mice reproduces in 12 babies at a time, and then you buy one, and there you go.
Well, here's my guess.
You only keep one. After 10 months, you'll still only have one mouse.
Did it!
You know why? Mice can't birth any babies by themselves, can they?
No.
Yeah, so you have to sort
Are
of
you-
think with science there.
Logic. That's your main weapon against this game. Logic. So yeah, this is the ingenuity of Layton puzzles. When you read them, it sounds like this is a really complicated thing. But then when you actually find out the answer, you look back and you go, "Oh my god, how did I not see this?" The answer is literally staring you right in the face, and yet you never see it.
And we have a puzzle within seconds.
Brother and sister.
Oh, so now this is one where we actually have to do some math calculations. A boy and his sister are sitting around the kitchen table chatting. You know, sis, if I took away 2 years from my age and gave them to you, you'd be twice my age, huh? Well, why don't you just give me one more on top of that? Then I'll be 3 times your age. So how old is each sibling?
Oh, okay. Need to rethink
This
this,
is-
one.
Now this one is a brainer.
Oh.
So yeah, if let's see if we can pare this puzzle down a bit. When you take 2 years away from the brother's age and add it to the big sister's, she becomes twice his age. Additionally, when you take 3 years away from the brother and give them to the sister, she becomes 3 times older than he is. So
That hints kind of what the puzzle already says.
no. Like they're basically summing up. They're trying to pare it down. Basically, okay.
Oh,
Hold
okay, so I get that. It's just like, oh, that one feels extremely similarly written.
You could try and resolve this puzzle with an algebraic equation, but that's no way to tackle a puzzle. Try to reason your way through it. Move 2 years from the brother's age, and the difference in age becomes 4 years. Move 3 years, and the difference widens to 6 years. 4 years makes the sister twice as old as the boy. 6 years makes her 3 times as old. So, what is the number where these particular math, calculations make sense? Now, it's all about, okay, so basically if I take away these number of years, it becomes this. And if I take away these years, it becomes this. So what's the number where this makes sense?
Haha.
So, yeah, the brother and sister are actually twins. So yeah, they have the same age. So once again, what's the number where we have to basically find the number where all these equations make sense?
And I think just what to recall
math class would be a lot more fun for me if we actually solved stuff like this instead of just raw numbers with no creative flair to it.
Yeah.
Oh.
4 years. All right, I'm showing off hint two again because hint two is key. Hint two is pretty much
the answer again.
Which one is it?
6.
There you go.
Because you also have to remember, you subtract the amount of years that he gives to her.
Exactly. Oh, wait, sorry. I forgot I had
66! That'd be an old little sister.
That's an old child.
Luke,
Indeed.
here's my answer.
Well, if Benjamin Button's anything to go by.
See, that's like what I said. Even though I've played this game before, it's still fun to see how quickly I can resolve these.
Okay, that's right. If the conditions... So you go. Here's it. Look at the upper image. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the number, it's basically a matter of, okay, so this happens and this happens if I do this and this happens if I do this. What's the number where this whole thing, what's the only number where this makes sense? That was too easy for you? Oh well, hey, you know the guy from the mansion, Ramon?
Wow, Ramon's rather popular.
He may look sedate, but, well, this is a small village, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows everybody. He likes the nightlife. Jarvis. I don't believe I know the man. Where might we find him? Well, you'll be able to find him in the Avengers Tower.
Yeah, he's British and everything, and he's a computer.
Have you ever seen the the Iron Man movies, Shuri?
No.
Have you seen the Avengers movie?
It's comics.
Ah, so you're the polar opposite of Dwibs.
Yes.
Alright. Just set up north until you hit a wall. Okay, I have to go now. Let's play again later.
Comic books are things I found difficult to get into.
I can't necessarily blame you.
There seems to be a puzzle embedded in this door. I could have sworn there was nothing there a minute ago.
A puzzle embedded into a door, eh?
Fascinating. This puzzle appears to be acting as some sort of lock for this door. How delightful.
Of course.
Luke, my boy, why don't you give this puzzle a try? So you're the one who found this delightful, and yet you're having Luke solve it for you.
Wow. Layton can be quite a... Oh, I get it. He's always smiling because he's masking when he's a jerk at times. It's the perfect
Alright, so there's no trick to this. It's just a classic puzzle of, moving the pieces and trying to get the ball from one side of the board to the other side of the board. This is all about, thinking in advance and planning ahead.
Yup.
This is actually one of the easiest ones when it comes to these types of puzzles. This one is really easy. All I have to do is this and... Alright, there. Now... Another good thing is that if I put that block there, there you go. That block is pretty much not a problem at this point. So now all I have to do is find a way to get the ball from the other side, and I do this, 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 and now yeah. Basically, I'm planning ahead at this point. I can do this and this. All right, got it.
Yes.
I could have.
There we go.
Well, here's my guess. Layton's
You'd
apprentice
think they'd
saves the
use a
day.
more secure puzzle for a door.
Yeah.
Well, Granny Riddleton. I'm pretty sure Granny Riddleton is not really, trying to keep people out. This is just a little test.
Only the
see
wise can enter.
Yeah, to see who's worthy of, there we go.
And when you think about it, though, that's one of the easier puzzles, so by that logic, a kindergartner could sort of be wise enough. Or maybe she's just
Alright.
testing to see anyone who's enthusiastic enough.
Yeah. Well, hello there. Do you often find yourself hopelessly, achingly, painfully stuck on puzzles?
This sounds like the advertisement for a commercial. Was someone else supposed to voice her with how long that pause was?
Yeah, I think I was letting Shiroi do it.
Oh.
I think at least. Well then, son, you come to the right place. Welcome to Granny Riddleton's Puzzle Shack.
Granny Riddleton? Where can we find this lady?
Isn't it obvious? She's right in front of you, boy. That dipshit.
Oh, so this is Tom Riddle's grandmother then.
No wonder you have trouble solving puzzles. And by the way, when we get to the third game, we're actually going to meet her granddaughter, and her granddaughter is one of the most hilarious characters in the entire series.
Yeah.
And she's kind of, how shall I put this, twisted in a certain way.
Yeah. She's got a
That's
full set
not-
of teeth there.
That smile, that's the stuff of nightmares.
Whoa. Jesus,
That's not-
I didn't know level
What?
5 had it in them to create such nightmare fuel. No,
Sorry to
seriously.
disturb you, Miss Riddleton, but by clairvoyant, do you mean psychic powers? Can
What?
you do things like, say, pick a criminal out of a crowd or visualize the location of lost objects?
So suddenly she's Angel Star.
Psha, any fortune teller can do that. So what if you can see a few days into the future? So it's not like that kind of power could solve world hunger or something. See, my speciality, is puzzles.
The list of problems that could be solved by looking a few days into the future are so long that you could probably spread that 3 times around the entire Earth's circumference.
Surely you boys had a few of those, eh? You need to turn red. It happens to the best of puzzlers. So yeah, basically the whole thing with Granny Riddleton is every time we go into another new chapter in the story, there are some changes to the town might make it so that certain puzzles can no longer be found. When that happens, all of those lost puzzles get transported into Granny Riddleton's shack, where we can just come here and solve them.
Yeah, that's actually very
I see.
convenient. I really don't like it when games make it so that you can only get stuff during a certain part of the story, and then if you want to get it, you either have to, start a new save file, or to complete a new story, or you have to do something completely convoluted to get back there.
Another awesome thing about the Granny Riddleton's shack is that if you play the games like normal, like usually when it comes to Layton games, I do talk to people, but I don't flat out start looking for every single puzzle that's out there. If when you get to a point where you hit a roadblock where you need a certain number of puzzles, your best bet is to just go back to Granny Riddleton, and she'll surely by that point have a lot of puzzles that you can just solve them one by one and just get your quota.
That's very nice.
3 of the 4 images shown below are the exact same picture rotated in a variety of ways. Can you find the odd one out? Alright, Shiro, don't bother. This one is definitely not for you. This is all about, eye perception.
Are you good with eye perception?
I'm guessing not. What, you meant me?
No, I meant. Oh, I more so meant Shiroi. Because
I have one eye that barely works.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Each card is marked with one of 4 suits, and each set of cards is different in a different direction. The difference between each image is very, very subtle. So, this is, you really need to have, fully functional eyes to properly do this puzzle.
Or a good set of glasses.
Absolutely. Have to take a really long time, and that's not enough time that would be suitable for an LP.
Not just that. Honestly, if I were in your shoes while trying to solve this puzzle, I'd probably give up because it would be taking too long for me. Because I would probably be like, "Oh fuck this! I'm not doing
I'd
this."
I'd probably put it down for a bit.
Well, this puzzle is completely optional, so you can pretty much just ignore it.
Can you imagine if one of these sort of puzzles was actually required?
No. The obligatory puzzles are usually very very simple to do. Like that one, the clock thing we did with the guy who wouldn't let us into it. That one was so simple, everybody could do it.
Although there's that one puzzle that's near the end of the game that's mandatory.
Well, that puzzle is not so much like that puzzle can be solved by everyone, even
sure, it can be
pretty much everyone.
But
It's just that it's a matter of patience. Fortunately, they improved the pacing in the following games.
I know. I'm just saying, it's like, well, yeah, like that one felt like a really big pace breaker. Not just necessarily for how it's solved, but also for, well, even if you solve it really quick, you're kind of still gonna be there for a while.
True.
And the later games made sure that, if they were going to have a puzzle that took as long, to make it more story-based, which is one thing I really love about the next game and the Lost Future, is they make sure to have their puzzles a lot more story-oriented altogether.
Yeah, that was one of the main complaints Level 5 got when it comes to this game, that the puzzles weren't really, story-driven. So Level 5 took that complaint to heart, so they pretty much took care of that in the following games.
Yeah, because when you think about it, puzzles are nice, but often, if you want to get the gamers really into it, you often make them story-based, and then you have the ones that aren't as story-based, there for extra stuff.
Which is pretty much what they do right after this game.
And I salute them for that.
Some points may be the convergence
game.
point.
They're still finding their feet.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, anyway.
No, not to mention before this game came about, Level 5 has only made JRPGs. So this was literally their first game, their first time tackling a different genre that's outside of their comfort zone.
Heck, wasn't this their first Nintendo DS game as well?
Yeah, this was their first
Nintendo game in general.
Yeah, this was indeed. It was one of the main reasons why they didn't renew their exclusivity contract with Sony, because they wanted to expand their market.
And how ironic, because a field that they were so unfamiliar with became quite possibly their most popular one of all time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it was on the DS, which is the highest selling handheld of all time. So it's not really that it's not that surprising.
True. It's just it's weird because it's just weird that a company, it's like their most popular franchise is a franchise that they started off completely unfamiliar with. But, yeah.
Nicely done. So yeah, once again, another one-line puzzle that we skipped through. But okay, we all know how these puzzles work at this point, so...
Hey, Pedro, just want to ask, do you have a particular favorite puzzle out of all the puzzles in this game?
Or a favorite type of puzzle?
My favorite type of puzzle are the ones, probably the ones like the mouse one that we just did a couple minutes ago. The ones that are purely full-blown logic-based. The deduction puzzles, stuff like that.
True.
As for my, so those are my favorite kind of puzzles. The ones that are completely logic or deduction driven. As for what my favorite puzzle in this entire game, it's tough. I have so many.
Oh, hello there. Say, laddie, you haven't seen a big coin around here, have you? I could have sworn that I dropped a lovely one somewhere nearby. See, I always seem to be losing things nowadays, and replacing them gets mighty expensive. I've become quite a penny pincher. Don't suppose you'd mind advising me in how to mine my money, would you?
Sure. I'll do that via a puzzle. A rope and coins are
Oh,
arranged
God.
as
Whoa.
a rope and coins are arranged as shown below. As you pull the ends of the rope out to the left and right, the rope will draw taut and push the coins to either side. Assuming you only get to keep the coins that end up on the top of the rope, how many coins will you have? So
Because this
one
is
of-
how you teach money management to people.
Okay, you two can handle this. That is a mess to me.
Yeah, definitely.
That is a mess.
Yeah.
It can be made easier if you just use the touch screen and draw the line so you can properly,
We don't really have that, unfortunately.
Well, I do, but it's just that I don't do it because, this it will take a while, so try to listen to drop your style. Even the game setting it. If you fill in the area that will drop, I kind of skipped over. There are 42 coins tangled in the rope. When it all said and done, you won't even pull in a third of them.
This is
So
quite a
basically-
weird way to teach a guy how to manage his money. I wish holding on to money were as easy as that. Imagine you'd never go poor again as long as you apparently keep your pennies or coins tied that close enough.
So yeah, the answer is 9.
There we go.
There we go.
Huzzah!
Every puzzle has an answer.
Indeed.
Mm. So yeah, there you go. See,
You give up to 9 coins when the rope
it's
is pulled
the key to this is which ones are enclosed into an arc. You'll notice the ones that don't turn are the ones who Okay.
Boy, what a sharp fellow you are. Now do an old man a favor and help me search for that coin, eh? What?
No. You don't get it. We taught him how to manage his money, but we still haven't found the coin he lost.
See, Layton, this is why not everything can be solved with puzzles.
Let me tell you, lately you sent me. Oh wait, actually no. Jova, do your best Jarvis impression.
Oh. Case in point, I haven't seen Ramon since yesterday. Is that rascal missing or something? And why am I in the body of a man instead of the computer that Mr. Stark built me as? I don't know why people are disappearing, but recently they just vanish. You can't make Wall Street alone.
Really? Could you please elaborate a bit on what you know of these mysterious disappearances?
You forgot to input the code name, I'm afraid. Nope. Can't say I know the particulars of the subject. Access denied is what we say. Seems to me that the only folks vanishing were the ones complaining of feeling sick or tired. I'm sorry. I don't really, remember much about it. Okay, why the heck am I showing emotion? I'm a freaking computer! You probably have better luck talking with Zappone about stuff like this. I hear he's in the know about pretty much everything.
Zappone, you say? Where might we find this person?
What? You mean you didn't bump into him on the way here? He's the slouching man with the fancy little mustache.
Oh yeah.
You'll know him when you see him.
Yeah.
Wow, it really is hard to get a lead on this case.
Indeed. It's like this village is trying to hide something.
We'll have
The
to
day
find
is
that
far
out
from
in the
over,
next
Luke.
part, though.
Let's see what else we can find out by asking around. So yeah, village disappearance is added to the mystery menu, which we will... Actually, no, I think we'll read it now. Yeah. Oh, let's tap it. Rumor has it that a number of villages have disappeared recently. Diddly enough, those who disappear often do so after complaining of general fatigue or any minor health issues. Again,
So they're being
foreshadowing!
So they're being kidnapped
The
by the
game keeps
hospital.
throwing...
Oh.
Go ahead.
So they're being kept by the hospital to cover for health coverage.
Sure they are. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the next part.
See you then.
Indeed.